Hello everybody, this is Mr. Huebner. I'm just doing this video. This is a tutorial explaining how to do this topographical map project. This is one of my most favorite units. I love maps and I love making them. So let's get started. Our project is on this Google Doc right here titled Topographical Map Project. What you have to do is, it says you have purchased an island in the Pacific Ocean. Your job is to construct a topographical map of this location. Make your map or island slightly smaller than one piece of computer paper, 8.5 by 12 inches. Keep it simple. Hey, if you want to make a map that's bigger, go for it. But this is something that most people should have in their house, easily available and ready. But if you want to make it bigger, no problem. Hey, that's what it says right there. If you would like, you can make your map larger or make it connected to the mainland, so it doesn't have to be an island. If you got a problem with islands, don't make an island. Make a peninsula, bay, a mainland area. It's your choice, it's your project. So the island must have a name, so you must name it a creative name. If you're not a very creative person, you can base it off of a real-life location. That is fine also. You can make it a themed island, living community, theme park, or whatever you choose. Sky's the limit. So, alright, scrolling down, there's a contour map program that I wanted to show you, and it's actually, we're coming to it. But first of all, your map must contain a legend or a key, and I'm going to go over all of these main areas. Josiah, say hi.
Hi.
And you must have map, scale, a compass, like a north, south, east, no, west, east. Labeled contour interval. Remember, USGS topographical maps have specific colors, and I will be going over those colors with you. So right here, these are two websites that have some good information on maps and how to make them. This, if for your legend guide, let's just go to this website real quick. If it will let me, there we go. There's Josiah.
Oh.
All right. Come on. I'm going to pause it. And like magic, it's here. All right. 10 minutes later. So, what we got going on is a whole bunch of different symbols. We've got, like, if you want to make a little channel, two parallel dashed lines, a sunken rock, a little plus sign, coral reef. You got a little googly line with a little flower petal. Another one is a line with a reef in it, or it'd be like basically a circle, the shape of the reef, and then you write the words the letters R-E-E-F for reef. If you want to do a border line between two countries, here's what it looks like. State territorial is very similar, it's just not as dark. Country, you're going to have one small dash between two larger ones, and so on. None of those are required, but if you want to go above and beyond, you can. Buildings are going to be black in the shape of the building, and typically buildings are rectangular. You look at their foundational shape. Athletic field, we've got forest headquarters, racetrack. Airport usually looks like a diagonal cross. Whole bunch of different symbols. So this is the website to look for different things. So there's some of them that are going to be required. I believe swamp is one of them. So it's basically, it looks kind of like that. You zoom up. There it is. So usually like a horizontal line with 4 little spikes coming above it. I'm not going to be too picky on your artistic ability. Alright. Oh, and then also here, this is going to be important. So we got a highway is usually a thick bolded line that's red. And then a side road is going to be black. Those are two things to know.
Um.
Yeah, even got things like telephone lines and all that, which we're not going to do.
Bing.
And then we got dry lake or pond. Got a perennial lake, an actual lake. Lots of different symbols. This is the ultimate USGS official map legend. Alright, so what you need for your map is contour lines properly labeled and the proper color drawn. So for your contour lines, they must be brown. All contour lines are closed if you're doing an island, meaning it's going to be a circle, 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 circle. If you're not doing an island, they're going to go off the page and you don't have to close them. You need an index contour, which is one of your lines is labeled the particular elevation. You're also going to need a predetermined contour interval and distance line, and I'll show you what those are. Cardinal directions, you need a mountain or volcano. Should have drainage, meaning that you need to have a river going downstream so that you can show that the contours go upstream in a V shape. So I need to see that in some way. A neat line is just putting your whole map in a nice little box that you outlined. Locational inset is where you show where in the world is your map actually at. So if it's in Wisconsin, you'd have a map of North America in a little box around Wisconsin to show that's where your map is. A depression, that's where you got lines with the little dash marks coming out of it to show that it's going down instead of up. You need to have a river, you need to have like a lake or an ocean, marsh, woodlands, a railroad, buildings of any kind, minimum of one major highway, add a few secondary roads for transportation, which would be black, and the highway would be red. Let's just put that there. And display note method of transport to and from your island. So you need to have plane or boats. You need to have a seaport or an airport. They don't have a symbol for spaceport, so it'd probably be like an airport symbol. Pick 2 points and create a profile diagram separate from the map. State the gradient between the 2 points. And right here, this is how you're going to be graded on everything. Voila. I wanted to show you one last thing from here. It's contour map generator. Alright, so go into the contour map generator. Look at that. The map of the world. So right here. And I'm kind of American centric right now, so I'm just going to focus on America. And I did look at Waukesha County. It was pretty cool, but it's not very hilly. It's hilly a little bit. I mean, it's better than Kansas. Kansas would be really boring because it's just flat. But I've been to Rocky Mountain National Park in Estes Park, and I thought this was really cool because there's actually some topography. You know, it's mountains. It would be one of the best examples. And it was just outside of Denver, not too far. Let's see. Oh, there it is. And let's try it out zoomed. I did it where it was zoomed up close to see like Estes Park, but here's Rocky National Park, Long's Peak, which is one of the higher peaks in the park. So then I got to click on an area. Let's do right here. There we go. And then I'm going to click right over here. And that includes this whole area. And I'm going to press Get Data. And it zoomed in, so it focused just on what I had highlighted. And here we are, Rocky Mountain National Park area, Estes Park, You can see how Estes Park is in the lower area, which is why there's actually a city there, whereas here there's not much city, it's just mountains. The terrain's too heavy to really build much. So if you zoom up more, like there is more terrain here than what we're seeing, but since we're so far out, it's not showing the specific terrain here, it's showing just kind of the big picture type things. And it looks like it's showing us the elevation here by the colors, which is nice. So if you are a realist, or if you don't want to create something imaginary, and you want to do a real-life topographical map, here is a great website to do it, because then you have it seen, and then on your sheet of paper, you can kind of recreate what's on this map onto your sheet of paper. And you could also be realistic. I mean, highway, it looks like there's, well, maybe not necessarily a highway, but it's a heavy road. You can classify that as red, just call it a highway, just so you can hit that criteria. Yeah, fun times. I'm actually gonna, you know what? I think I'm gonna do this map. So, what we got right here is a sheet of paper that I'm going to be drawing on this. Alright, here's my map. And I'm just going to do a few examples. And I'm going to do it quick so it's not going to necessarily look fantastic. You guys are going to want to spend a little bit more time. I'm just doing quick examples. Okay, I did have to pick a difficult one. Washoe County is much easier. I probably should have done that. So let's see. Alright, so got my former animal cracker bin of crayons, and I made sure I got my brown, my black, my red, my blue, my green. So those are the main colors I'm going to need for doing this topographical map. And this is yellow right here, so yellow is like 3210, so that's going to be my index contour, 3210. I'm going to do that in black. You might want to do it in pen, and really colored pencils work better, but you know, I don't know where our colored pencils went, so I got crayons. So there's the first one, and the next one, let's just do a center one right here. And the red is 3735. So between 3210 and 3735. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Let's just say that's 500 for simple math. I mean, it's technically 515, looks like. No, 525. Keep it simple. We'll call it 500 interval. So that means this is like 3200, and this would be 3700. But we would label it at the bottom of the map here. So contour interval. Okay, let's do this in pen. Equals 500 meters is our contour interval. So I labeled it. Get my face out of the way. Alright, so contour interval equals 500 meters. I have to do a neat line, and this works best with a ruler. Alright, ruler. I'm going to pause this while I find a ruler and take care of the children. Alright, so I'm back with my straight edge. I couldn't find a ruler, so I got this box of cornflakes. I also found a little train road, so just find something that's straight. Alright. So I have to make a neat line. And what I would highly, highly recommend is you do a rough draft. just do a rough draft in pencil so you know what you're doing, because obviously, well, I know what I'm doing, but it doesn't look good when you're doing it just the first time. Alright, and let's just pause this. Alright, there we go. I got a nice line, and it's neat. That's what we call a neat line. It makes a topographical map just look more neat. Alright, I got my contour interval out of it. All of my key and my legend I'm going to have outside of the neat line, because the neat line is only, everything within it is just the map. It's kind of, again, that's why this is my rough draft. Kind of don't want that. Cross the neat line. Hey, I got to come up with a name for this. How about Rocky Mountain National Park? Rocky Mountain National Park. And again, take some time, go slower with it, make it look pretty. So, let me continue drawing some of these lines here. Notice how it goes off the page. And this is brown I'm using for my contour. Alright, and then do we have anything else going on here? Maybe something like that. So this is a little tricky because it's going up and then down and then up again. Alright, and then let's do another one. Here's Estes Park. That's where my city's going to be. And actually, it's really too far. It's not zoomed up enough to be able to really show buildings on our map. So that is one of the requirements. We need to show buildings. So if you really want to do like a far view, that's fine. I'll accept that. But where it says buildings, trade that off and put city. And cities are typically shaded in orange color. All right. So I'm going to show Estes Park kind of right here in an orange color. I'm going to label this Estes Park. All right. Now I need to show my highway here. Okay. So let's just say this main road right here, that was our highway. And really, if you want to do fictitious, it doesn't have to be a real location. So my highway is going right there. And we're traveling through. Actually, this area might be a depression. I'm just curious. Nope, it's not. Just must not be steep enough for it to prevent a road from being built on it. Okay. Alright. So that's my highway. I could do more. I'm just going to leave it at that. That's my highway. Yeah, because then it's technically off the map. Okay. Okay, what else we need? We need some roads. So those are harder to see because these you actually can't see from from Google Earth that well. They just highlight them with the program. It looks like a river right there. Why don't we do the river next? I do know there's a river that goes through Estes Park. And the river, I know is not going to go uphill, so it most likely goes down here. Alright, that's my river. And let's do some side roads. Looks like maybe that might be a side road. Actually, I'm going to make my highway a lot thicker, just to emphasize that it's a big road. There we go. And again, you're going to have way more side roads if you're zoomed up closer. I'm not zoomed up very much. And really there's not many roads in this mountainous area. I mean, that's a tall mountain, Long's Peak. There we go. Alright, so just checking, what else do I need? Alright. Contour lines properly labeled, all contour lines closed. If you're doing an island, index contour we have. Right here's our index contour. We got our contour interval. A mountain. Right here's our mountain. Actually, right here also. And cardinal direction compass. Alright. So that's where I need to make a nice little compass. I'm not very artistic, so I'm not, you know, if you are, great. We got north, south, east, west, and you can make little fancy arrows. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Yeah, I'm actually feel pretty good about that. Looks nice. Okay. Locational inset. Okay, locational inset. Let's try this one out. Zooming out, zooming out. I'm going to do right here. I'm going to use my straight edge. I'm going to connect the edge of this map to this. Oh, wait. Let's just draw North America first. And again, if you're doing fiction, that's fine. Then it makes it actually easier, so you won't have anybody judging you. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. This is why this is a rough draft. Okay, so that's North America, and we got our locational inset kind of right there. Alright, so here's our map of North America. There's our Colorado section, and we're going to connect the straight edge now to that little piece. That's what we want to do. Alright, there we go. So just showing that this map is a zoom up of this little picture in this greater map. That's our locational inset. Alright, moving on. See what else we need. Hey, we need a neat line. We got it. That's this neat line around the whole map. And then we need a depression and a river. We got a river, the blue line. A depression. Now, I remember seeing some depressions. So we got to zoom up. So right here is kind of a depression. So that's where we'll put our depression. We'll just say it's right here. Okay, keep on forgetting to put this up. So I just made the depression right there, and I did it with the dashed lines coming out. And that just means it's going downhill instead of uphill. Alright, moving on, we got a river, a body of water. Okay, so now in this map we don't have a body of water, so to say, so that we can fulfill the requirement, I mean there is a lake, I do know from experience being there. There it is. We'll call that a lake. That might be a lake too. You'd have to zoom up on it. And yes, they are both lakes. So we're going to have our bodies of water. Color it blue. And there's our body of water, so that classifies that. You know, did I show that? There it is. Body of water, body of water. Just a little circle filled in with blue. Oh, a marsh or swamp. If you forgot what a marsh looked like, well, you go to that resource that's listed on the dock, and we have that. It's basically a line with about 5 spikes coming out of it. Alright, so a marsh. We're just going to pretend, just so we can satisfy the requirements. We've got, we'll just call this a marsh right here. Colorado is pretty arid. There's not a whole lot of marshes in the area. Alright, next we need woodlands, a railroad, a few secondary roads, method of transport. Alright, so a railroad. We'll just plop in a railroad. And that's black with little railroad ties. We'll say that right here's a railroad, and it goes up here. Boom, 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 boom. There's the railroad. Then woodlands is green, and so we can say that all this area is woodlands. And depending upon the foliage, you got different shades of green, but we're just going to call it woodlands green. And we're going to say that this is too tall to support much greenery. And again, you're going to make it look prettier and color the whole thing green. I'm just so you get the idea. Shade of green. Okay. Buildings of any kind, we got a city instead. No one major highway red, we got that. Add a few secondary roads. We have that, and display note method of transport to and from your island. Pick 2 points, create a profile diagram. I'll do the profile diagram in a different video. Alright, so let's just say we can't have a seaport because it's landlocked. So we are going to do a airport. Even though there isn't an airport, but we'll just say there is one. And there's one right here. There's my airport, and there we go. I'm going to quick make a legend to spare you the time, and then I'm going to come back and show you what my legend looks like. Alright, and there you have it. There's my beautiful legend. Right there, I did it real quick. Of course, this is a rough draft. If I were to do a final copy to submit it, it would look much nicer because I would take more time, so now I know what it is supposed to look like. So here we go. There's my legend. Airport, contour, road, highway, river, swamp, forest, city, river, water. I think I pretty much have it. You know what I did? I forgot one thing. I forgot to show the existence of contour lines going upstream in the presence of a river. Totally forgot. Let's just see if we can modify that here. Here it is. So right here I gotta go upstream. Yeah, so the problem that I did was I did the stream after the contour. So the contour is supposed to go upstream like that. And then this one would go upstream like that. And that shows what the natural terrain looks like in real life. Alright, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. It's a whole tutorial. We pretty much did the whole project right there. It was fun. And what you would do is after you do a rough draft, you do a final copy so it looks really nice. And I don't need to know about AccuWeather right now, but okay. Have fun with it, and feel free to contact me with any questions you might have. I'm going to make another video on the profile diagram.